With that, I'll pass it over to Francesco. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Adela. Thank you. So my name is Francesco Tomin, and I run the FSKG team in the US. That's the Financial Solutions Knowledge Group. That's the team that designs and runs the training for all financial solutions, which includes sales. Today, I'm here with Elena. Elena, do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Helena Lipicart. I am a relationship manager in core sales, specifically covering our Canadian buy-side clients.
Perfect. Elena, this will take a few minutes, so you can, I don't want you to stand for the whole thing. Okay, so today I'm here to tell you about the involvement with sales, but I'm going to start with some things that I want to tell you. And I want to tell you about the number one. I want to tell you about the number last. I want to tell you about 114,031. That's another number. I want to tell you about the eyedropper. And at the end, I'm going to tell you one truth and one lie. Okay, so let's get started. You might be familiar with a fantastic app, which is from Bloomberg Philanthropies, and it's the Bloomberg Connect app. So if you go to a museum, you can take out your cell phone and you can pull up that museum, and here's a guide, right? And here's your number one. The first museum to adopt it was the Frick collection, which is that's a few blocks uptown from us. Okay, so there's a lot of nice paintings there, but, and here's your number last. The last painting that was purchased during the lifetime of Henry Clay Frick is this one. It's called Mistress and Maid. It's a Vermeer. It's 1666, 67, nobody knows. And why did I pick this one? Because it's about news. This is the painting in the collection that's about news. And you can see here, there's a letter. So the maid is bringing important news to the mistress. And you can see the reaction, right? Immediate gasp. So this was the right news to surface, okay? So in reality, in sales this year, the BMAX campaign has been the biggest dominating campaign, the biggest effort sales has done. Thanks to all of you, by the way. And I want to tell you a little bit about that, how that played out. And I have a little montage of the material that we used to teach our sales force. Here we go. Importantly, this is on EOM Go. So if you remember one thing from today, please have a look at EOM Go and check it out. And here's the montage.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the launch of BMAX.
The first thing I do every morning, even before I've looked at my own business or my agenda for the day, is to understand what's happened in the world. To do this, I go to the news.
As you heard, news forms one of the first vital inputs for our clients, but the news landscape has changed.
And Adela leaves us on a cliffhanger. The news landscape has, I'll come back to it in a second. So in addition to this material here that, as Elena can attest, we all watched and we absorbed it. In addition to that, our fantastic team of product managers, and in this was Clay Elsroth, Rachel Campanelli, Ken Cohn, they prepared a massive video series to let our sales reps deliver the best news demo of their lifetime, right? And so let me just show you a little bit the type of support and type of teaching that was done, right? Here we go.
I'm Ken Cohn from Core News. We've prepared this set of short videos to show you how to position our news content and news products with customers in ways that will help you demonstrate the incredible value that Bloomberg, and only Bloomberg, can provide. In other words, markets are still opaque, but not because there's too little information. Now they're opaque because there's too much information. 1,000 headlines a minute. It's like a waterfall torrent of information. And it's more than any human being can make sense of, unless you have powerful tools to take that waterfall and turn it into an eyedropper, a way of consuming the information that allows you to make well-informed decisions.
Here we go. So this was Adela's cliffhanger, and Ken explained to us the way the landscape has changed is too much information, right? So we need eyedroppers to filter it. But of course, there's also the numbers. So I want to give you a little bit of the results that were achieved by the campaign. And let me just turn to here. This is obviously Mark Fladman once again, but I want to tell you here is your number. The 114,031, here it is. Completed visits, this is absolutely enormous. Like a third of all Bloomberg users are being reached. And the other important number is 32%. This 32% is of all those that have been reached, 32% have adopted news functionality that they did not use before. So this is 30,000 new users, new adopters for news. So this is absolutely fantastic result that speaks volume to the quality of the news product. Also, a couple of more data points. This is S1, which is a sprint one, ended in June. So it's just the beginning of the campaign. And I want to point out to the number of reps involved is basically half of all the salespeople we have was working on this, right? So absolutely phenomenal. Now, the campaign was about 4 pillars, of which news was one. But let's look into news specifically. I said 32% adoption, of which 13% is news by itself. So it's absolutely staggering numbers. You see the adoption here going up. Little vacation in August thing going on here. But that is absolutely phenomenal. But the story, as we know, in news, is not just about numbers. There's the human drama that comes into it. So I really wanted to give you a little bit of a montage of how the salespeople lived through the campaign. So let's have a look.
So BMAX has been great for us.
So I think the BMAX campaign has been overall very successful because it gives the clients, allows them to pull back to the roots of what is very useful.
And most importantly, news.
I'm calling a lot of clients who have lower usage scores. And honestly, what the BMAX calls are doing is like really giving us a lot more insight into what their workflows look like in the Bloomberg terminal, focusing on charting, focusing on worksheets, focusing on news, research. There is always a need in that space, so it pulls them back to the core functionality and shows them why it is so successful.
BMAX has certainly helped my clients over the last year, particularly in the news space.
So as a salesperson, BMAX is very helpful because
it's a great conversation starter to show a quick update.
You are able to rely on that news aspect.
News is always my go-to.
How news fits into their day-to-day.
Since news is applicable to all clients regardless of their asset class, it provides immediate value to them and is a great starting point for reps.
Where news is one of two, worksheets being the other, of the strongest areas of growth for that product.
So news particularly, I think, helps clients focus on 3 main things. It helps them prepare for their day, it helps them stay aware throughout their day, and it helps them dig deeper into the news that's being offered.
Leads into a lot deeper conversations.
They're able to stay aware by creating news alerts and market alerts.
Another news functionality that a lot of my clients have really taken a liking to is NSUB.
Creating a security list news feed.
So we want to know what they're doing, what they're working on, why they use the terminal.
Trends analysis by taking a look at what's the market sentiment, what's the news sentiment, the readership volume of that specific news.
Huge seller and really good look for the equity space.
And the morning report is a really good example of something that is shiny and new.
MREP has been really useful for equities clients. So a lot of people don't know, like if you have a portfolio or a set up list of securities in a worksheet, you can input that into MREP.
What's great about MREP too is the cadence of the new releases have timed up pretty perfectly.
What they're using the terminal for, and kind of gives us like a little bit more information about why it's useful to them and how maybe we could improve it.
And I think that's a testament to how responsive the news product team has been.
So I want to say thank you to the news product managers, the engineers, and a result of your hard work and giving us exciting things to talk about, we're going to deliver another measurable year of growth for our net terminal business.
Yes, thank you to all the news product managers and engineers. I'm looking forward to the next release in our news space.
Thank you so much to the news product team as well as the news engineers.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the human side of the sales organization. And now, well, let's come back. I still owe you a couple of things. And so let me go here. And, oh, yes, exit. Yes. Okay, here we go. And what do I owe you? I owe you a truth and a lie. And the truth is that the main character of the painting is actually the maid. Why is that? Because behind the curtain, there's a room full of thousands of letters. And she has picked one, the one that needs to be surfaced, the one that brings the insight, and the one that matters. She is your eyedropper. And so, by the way, I brought you some eyedroppers today that I'm going to distribute to everybody. So I'm going to take one, sir. As I do that, and Elena come to the stage, I owe you one more thing. There's one little lie. The lie is the earring, because a pearl earring this big could not have been possible. The price would have been astronomical. So that is the lie in the painting. Thank you, everybody. And now to Elena, as I keep distributing my eyedroppers.
Well, I think